Morning. Friday, January the 5th, 2024. Best baseball player of the year, 1971. Joe Torre. Excellent year all around. Joe Torre played for the St. Louis Cardinals. 1971. Batted .363 and had 230 hits. He had the most total bases, 352, and he had the most runs batted in. He wins 4 categories. 1971. He's the best baseball player, in my opinion, that year. Let's look at him. Joe Torre came out of nowhere, really. Because listen, started his career in 1960. 19 years old, couple games. 1961 had 113 games. 10 homers. That's .278. Not much, right? 1962, a slow year. Got going in 1963, 64. 65 and 66. He's playing every day. I'm looking to see when he started off his career. Let's see. I've got a little thing here. Got it here. Okay. Looking to see who he played for during the early years of the 1960s. If you click it here, Milwaukee Braves. Okay, got it. He's playing for the Milwaukee Braves 6 years in a row. Then he plays for Atlanta 66, 67, and 68. And 69. 68. So plays for the Atlanta Braves. During those years, had some good. He had 100 RBIs, 1964, 1965, another 100 RBIs. 1969, 100 RBIs, and 1970, another 100 RBIs. So he's productive. 100 RBI seasons. He has 4 up through 1970. He had a couple 300 batting seasons. Had 193 hits in 1964, so he's a good hitter. Homers, about 20, 27. Then he hit 36, 1966. What am I saying? He's a good player. He has production, but it's not really eye-popping numbers. But all of a sudden, in 1971, he has a breakout year. I mean, he plays 161 games, 634 hits, and listen to this, 230 hits. Joe Torre. He's 6'2", 212, what was his height and weight. In 1970, he had 203 hits. So he's capable of a 200-hit season. That was his first one. But 1971, what a breakout year. 97 runs scored, 34 doubles. Listen to this. He has 24 homers. Okay, that's not as high because he had a 36 home run year in 1966. But he breaks out in RBIs. 137. If you get 100 RBIs in a season, you're good. 120, you're very good. If you get into the 130s, 137, very, very, very good. Of course, if you want to be classic, you have to get into Lou Gehrig territory, where he was over 150 RBIs, like 7 years in a row. And then, of course, Hack Wilson holds the record, 191. That was a fluke. That won't happen again. 191 RBIs in 1 year. So he has 137. But what you know what I like about Joe Torre's 1971 season? I like the 230 hits. I like the 137 RBIs. But what I really, really, really like was his batting average that year. 363. He's playing every day. He played 161 games and had 634 hits, or 634 at bats. And he maintains 363. Struck out 70 times. That's not very much if you have over 600 at bats. And he had 352 total bases. Slugged 555, on base 421. Joe Torre comes out of nowhere. Well, I shouldn't say out of nowhere because he was having productive years. But what I'm saying is, as Joe Torre is playing ball, his first about 10 to 11 years, had a couple 300s, had some 100 RBI seasons, had a 36 home run season. But all of a sudden, put it all together in 1971 and bat 363 with 137 RBIs and 230 hits. What a year. So I'm going to give 1971 to Joe Torre 4 categories. He had the batting title, most hits. He had the runs batted in. And he had the total bases. Didn't have the home runs. If he had the home runs, he could have had a triple crown. Willie Stargell that year hit 48. Torre, he just hit 24 that year. I'm impressed that a ball player who's 10 or 11 years in the league and all of a sudden says, hey guys, 1971 is my year. Way to go, Joe. All right, that's 1971. 1972 is next. Stay tuned. I'm out.